So I decided I'd go ahead and take a stab at this video response. I haven't done a video in a while. This is for the Jerry Levine Jr. Video for Ask the Gays. And in the very beginning, a lot of people jumped on him. A lot of people responded in strong words and why won't you understand and da-da-da. Dude clearly said in the very beginning of his video he was ignorant and did not understand. So since we have that concept, let's break it down to the till it can't be broke no more. Let's get basic with it. Basic thing is everybody likes what they like. Nobody is gonna understand why somebody else likes something else. Nobody can explain that. That's an unexplainable factor. What you can do is understand people. Not necessarily the choices they make, but understand people for being people. Everybody like what they like, and we won't understand that. I don't understand why people like different foods than I do. But people like different foods. I like seafood. I like Italian. Most of the people I run into like Mexican. I'm always screw-faced of why the hell somebody would like a bean pasted spread as opposed to a juicy shrimp or a crab leg. But, that's just what it is. Everybody likes something different, and as unnatural or as strange as it may seem to us, because I'm guilty as charged. I don't fucking understand some of these fucking gay people either. Some of them I have respect for, but a lot of them I don't. I don't get it. But I'm not supposed to because we're different. And that's just the way it is. We have to look at other people and give them that benefit of the doubt or not. I'm sure I've done my share of what could be seen as hate videos, but that's just because I'm ignorant about it. I don't understand it. So, I think everybody's ignorant about one thing or another. I think what we have to do is we have to be open-ended enough to get it, or closed-ended enough to, to finalize our opinion and not just live in that limbo of ignorance. When it comes to this particular subject matter, yeah, people do some really fucking strange shit. And I'm sure that the brother had a really good reason for doing the video because there's something that he wants to understand that's aching at him to understand. Maybe he wants to date some young lady who, all she likes is masculine women. And maybe that's all he runs into. With me living here in Atlanta, Georgia, I bump into a lot of individuals that's not necessarily what I'm looking for. And it gets frustrating. So to understand it would probably do me good. But, at the same token, it is what it is. You gotta accept people for what they are, and either they're the people that you want to deal with or not, dating included. But I think the big picture of this is we have to really come to a point where we're actually gonna learn from situations and better be able to maneuver in terms of when looking at other people and trying to gain understanding. I personally think that's something that you shouldn't delve into, because I think it's very complicated, and as you can see from the responses that you're getting, people aren't really going to be as helpful as I think that you would have hoped them to be, because it's a very sensitive subject. There's a lot of social change happening nowadays, and a lot of confusion. So to better answer your question, everybody is different. Everybody likes what they like, and as unnatural as it may seem to some of us, that's just natural to them. I think as long as that individual does not impose it upon you, then who cares? I don't have a problem with any of that until somebody start imposing it upon me, physically, or if I'm not trying to hear that, don't talk that shit to me. And I think you know, that's kind of the way we just have to look at it. You know, everybody's different and they do it for their own reasons. And, you know, they're going to continue to do that. You know, there's been gays in history all throughout, it's been all throughout history. There's gays in nature. There's gay animals. They hump on each other. They're in a pack and they learn to have sex that way. So, I mean, people nowadays, they're not having sex to procreate. They just have sex just to do it. So, in terms of natural ability to procreate, and then, you know, adults are not taking care of their young. So there's nothing really natural about anything that anybody's doing. And there's so many different ways to look at it. And that's why I say this subject matter is really difficult to say, you know what, I'm just going to understand it by somebody breaking it down. It's really intense to get it. But people are going to do what they're going to do. They're going to be the way they are. And there's no way for us to, you know, really understand it unless we really want to. And the only way to understand it is to really, when you want to learn about a tribe in Africa, you don't learn it from a book. You know, you don't learn it. You go there and you interact with the tribe to really get an understanding of why they do. We look at tribes. Why would you stretch your ears out or mutilate your body the way they do? If you live amongst them, you'll get it. But that's kind of how I look at this subject matter. Like, if you really look at it the way that you're looking at it, why would you want to know? You know, why would you just not ignore it and not delve into it? So I guess that was my question about that whole subject matter. Like, you know, there's things that I do want to know about, but some things I just don't give a fuck. You know, not unless they personally affect me. And the only way that, you know, something like this has personally affected me is, you know, when I'm out and about. You know, I understand, you know, people are becoming more comfortable with being who they are and doing what they do. But when you impose that shit on somebody else, hanging out with some of my friends this summer, you know, yeah, everybody gets attracted to people in different ways. But, you know, if I'm taking off my jacket, I don't need you touching me to help me out my jacket. I don't know you. I don't need you touching me. But some people have become so comfortable with themselves that they feel like that's okay, you know, and you know, you never know how somebody gonna snap off on your ass when you touch them. So I think, you know, kind of not understanding sexuality and things like that. Yeah, if you get a little bit too comfortable with yourself, I definitely see that, where somebody would look at you and be like, "What's the deal?" But in terms of, you know, just trying to understand people in their own basicality, you know, hey, you got to find your truth. Get a gay friend or a lesbian friend. That's what I say. You know, have them teach you the ropes. Run through it. But I will say, you know, for a lot of people, what we look at them and we say, you know, oh, this ain't natural. It's natural for them. And that's just what it is. Along with the 6 can pull with 2 fingers and a mouth. Deuces.